Hello, it's Martha, and this is Martha's Fragrance Corner, and I try on a weekly basis to do my What I've Been Melting video. This week, I wasn't sure if I was going to have one, but I figured I've got enough. I've got enough here to talk about. It might be a little shorter than normal, but I also don't want to forget things because, my brain is not what it used to be. So I have a couple of things here that I wore this week. This next coming week, I think, should be better. But I do have 3 Scentsy and a mixture of different vendors to talk about today. So if you're interested in hearing what I warmed this week, then stick around. Okay. Pulling everything out here. Yeah, I got a couple things. I think it's like one of each. I don't know if timestamps are even. Wow. Yeah, I think I only have. Yeah, only like one thing from vendors, different vendors. Teddy Bees, Lavender and Speckles, Melting Memories. There's part of me. I do run into this sometimes where I'm like, do I just want to melt like a vendor a week? I never do it because I'm like, what I feel like. That's my first question. What do I feel like melting today? Maybe next week I'll do Teddy Bees all week or most of the week. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know. I make no promises at all. But it's a thought. It's a thought. Since I am trying to work my way through some Teddy Bees and some Lavender and Speckles and Scentsy, of course. I just put up my, so if you missed it over the weekend, all my Scentsy bars. Actually ended up doing all of it. Originally it was meant to be fall winter. I was kind of checking my list and there's a fly there. Did I get it? I did. Oh, I got a gnat. Okay. Sorry. I was going through my wax and I'm like, I could just melt Scentsy and really make a super duper dent. I'm still tempted to do that, but I don't know. I'm indecisive about that, but I have 3 Scentsy this week. This is Apricot Cloud. This is was part of the Valentine's collection, along with like Peppered Kisses and Sweetheart Cookie. I do have the cookie one in here as well, but I had held on to this one. I'd bought 2 of each bundle because they all sounded like scents I would like, and I did like them all, but I really held on to this one for as long as possible because it was so light the first time around after watching other people review it. It was a very light bar, so I thought maybe I'll let it sit. It's been like 7-8 months now and it was still light. I mean, I warmed it here in the bedroom. I used 6 of the cubes and then 2 in the other room. Still light. So if you're holding on to this one thinking that maybe letting it cure will get it to be much stronger, I don't think it's going to. It is a pretty scent. I do love apricot scents. So it's nice. It's just so light. So for me, I didn't club it or anything. So yeah. You don't need to, I don't think, unless you just, sometimes a nice background scent is nice though. And I will talk about that today because I am a little bit more in the mood of sometimes a background scent. There's nothing wrong with that. So if you want to have some of those, that's, it's a background scent for sure. This next one here is not a background scent. This was a very strong, beautiful scent. This is Sand Swept. So Sand Swept just reminds me of the beach, of the, salty sea air. It's, oh my gosh. But it's also got a very clean note to it. It's such a good one. Was this my last one? It might be. I don't know. This is one that if I see it come back, I will definitely get more. I don't think it's one I would club. I would definitely pick up a lot more if I saw some. But I do really like this scent. It's just kind of refreshing. It's clean. It's like fresh air, little ocean yumminess. So that is Sand Swept. That's a good one. It's a great performer. It throws fantastic. This is for me like an ideal bar. Love the scent. It throws fantastic and lasts a long, long time. Like this is one that can go, depending on if you're one that just wants to keep the wax going until you can't smell it anymore, I'd say this probably could keep going for 3 days. I think I kept this in for like a day and a half before I switched it out, but that's just because I switch out my wax often, but it was still going. This next one here, I didn't melt this particularly, but it's always hard to say personal things. I am separated, so I don't live at the house. I call it the house, where my doggy is, my Arlo is, but I was at the house this past week because we're getting it painted, and Mystery Man was in the warmers over there. So this is Cedar Green, Verbena, and Bergamot. This is a favorite over in the household, and it kind of reminds me of Drakkar, like a very 90s men cologne scent, but he likes it, so that's Mystery Man. It's a good performer. It is a good, strong scent. Yeah, it's always awkward to talk about that stuff. Okay, so next, let's go into vendor wax. So, from Lavender and Speckles, I warmed Sweet Home Alabama. This is roasted pine cones and French bourbon. This is from May of 2024. And this is fantastic. I love this scent. It's a great scent. I warmed it in the bedrooms. I do use it as a scoop because this olive oil wax is very, very soft. Yeah, it can get kind of messy in there. I will say, even though I loved this scent when I got it, and I still loved it this time around, I feel like it's changed a little. I don't know if it's, who knows? Is it the olive oil wax? Because she doesn't make the olive oil wax anymore. But there's something, it's just changed from what I recall last year. There's something, I don't know how to say it. There's something that it's like the beginning of some funkiness, if that makes sense. I still liked it because I could still smell the Sweet Home Alabama, but every once in a while I'd be like, is that the wax? So I don't know. Maybe it's olive oil. I don't know how the olive oil wax works, so I don't know. I have another one in here, sophisticated. It's in my melting basket, but I haven't melted this one at all. Or maybe my nose just changed. I mean, I'll have to see when I melt this. This one smells stronger than I remember last year. This is like an angel share type, but I would still get this again because I do really, really like the scent. But I think it's the olive oil maybe that changed it. Let me know if any of you still have the olive oil wax. Do you think it's changed after, if it's been sitting around for over a year? Just curious, but I still really like the scent. So this is Sweet Home Alabama. Great performance, really great throw. I did warm it in the bedroom, so it wasn't, it would be lighter down in open space, but for the bedrooms, it was a good, strong throw. And this is another one that lasted all day, like the morning of when I put it in, lasted through the night because I left them going on in the warmers, and still probably late morning when I changed it out, and there was still some scent in there. So that's Sweet Home Alabama from Lavender and Speckles. I know it's funny when I say I really love this, and I'm like, there's like a funkiness to it, but it's a great scent. It really is, and I think it's just changed a little. That's all. Okay, let's get into. Let's do Zeep since I have 2 of these. Both performed really, really well. So this one and Zeep is no longer in business. So I won't spend too much time talking about these because you can't get them. But if you have Zeep in your collection, maybe this will be a reminder to go warm some Zeep. So this one here is Drift. This is sea salt, ozone, and driftwood. I love driftwood scents. And this was fantastic. I warmed this down in open space. I put 2 of these cubes in, one cube. No, it was just in 2 places. So 2 cubes in my, Julienne warmer, which is like a hot plate warmer. So I just did like 2 of those, threw them in there. And then the other 4, I was being lazy. I just threw it in the candle crock. Been doing that a lot lately. I just didn't want to break it up in between a bunch of warmers. But this was so good. It did have that driftwood scent. It was filled the room, lasted, same thing. Had it on early in the morning, all day, all night, and even this morning. I didn't take it out till like 11 in the morning. And it's just that sea salt air, driftwood. It's good. It's really, really good. So Drift. I'm bummed. Can't get any more. Okay, this was another one that performed fantastic. The throw on this was amazing. This one's Southern Charm. This is warm amber, tonka bean, and wild berries. Each one of these is like 2 ounces. So I warmed one downstairs. This one I did warm in Scentsy warmers. I cut it up into 4, split it amongst my Scentsy warmers downstairs, and it was strong. Like, this was going up the stairs. It was everywhere, and it's a very perfumey scent. It's a very strong, rich, perfumey scent. So just the 2 ounces filled, I'd say, pretty much the apartment. It was a very strong smell. It was one that it was just so perfumey and strong that I didn't keep it on for as long as I should have. Maybe after a few hours, I'm like, okay, I really liked it, but it just gets to be too much. So do you have those scents where you like the scent, but you can only handle it for so much because it's just so strong? That's what this was. So next time I'll warm like a quarter of this in the bedroom, and I'm sure that's all I'm going to need in here. So it was a really great performer. This one's Southern Charm from Zeep. All right, let's go into, let's see. Let's do Melting Memories. This one is Sweet Fig and Vanilla Woods. This is brown sugar and fig, coconut cream, sandalwood, and vanilla. This was poured April of 2024. I've been warming this all day here in this bedroom. It's already kind of evening time here, or early evening. This is very pretty. It is more of a bedroom scent because it's on the lighter side. And I could tell on cold that was the way it's going to be. But I warmed 6 cubes here in the bedroom, but it's very pretty. I do like fig scents. You do get some of that brown sugar. You do get a little bit of coconut. It's very, very, it's just pretty. You do get that fig. So you get those scents. It's blended really, really well. I do love the scents I've been trying for Melting Memories. She's in Canada. I know that these tariffs are causing issues with Canadian vendors shipping things into the US. So she's working on it. I know she's got a plan, at least for this last pre-order. I hope that I can still buy her wax next year because I've just really enjoyed the wax that I've received from her. So this one is Sweet Fig and Vanilla Woods from Melting Memories. Okay, let's do Teddy Bees. Teddy Bees. This one's Salty Lavender. And holy smokes, this writing. And I'm going to have to wing it here. Okay, this is Sweet Lavender, Salty Sea Air, and Toasted Marshmallows. This was poured, looks like, October of 2020. I don't know. I'm going to hold it up and see how well I did. I'm going to get my eyes checked actually, my first appointment is like 4 weeks from now. I should have done it earlier. I don't think my eyesight's really changed all that much. In fact, I haven't gotten new glasses in the past 3 years, which is good. Knock on wood. I don't want them to get worse. But once... It was like, I think when I hit 48, I needed glasses. Because I'm an avid reader. And I would read, and I'm like, it's getting a little fuzzier. And then I found I needed glasses. But it's not that, like, I can still read this, right? It's not that I can't, but then I'm like super squinting. But once you're hit like late 40s, if you've never needed glasses before, it's going to happen. It's just your eyes are getting older. Gonna happen, but I'm hoping that we stay here. We kind of stay in this area, whatever I had. But I had 20/20 vision my entire life. I was the only one in my family In my, well, with my kid, like my kids, they needed glasses from young age. My youngest got glasses when she was 18 months old. My oldest, I think she was maybe in middle school, junior high when she got glasses. So, but no, I've had good vision until now, until I, turned 40 something. But Salty Lavender, this I warmed in the bedrooms. It's a really good scent, but not my favorite lavender. Like, I enjoyed it. It was fine. But I think it's just the saltiness. Like, it's pretty. Like, I liked it. Like, it smells like lavender for me. It is a sweet lavender, but I think it's just the salty sea air that just, it's like, I don't necessarily love those kind of lavenders. I had a salty lavender, I think from, was it Zeep? No, not Zeep. L3 maybe, or Macaron Wax Melts. And I also couldn't finish that one, but this one I liked. Like, that one I couldn't finish. This one I liked enough, just not one that I would repurchase again. But, it's nice to have lavender scents or at least for me, speaking for myself, I like having lavender scents in the bedroom every once in a while, just kind of chill and relax. So this fit the bill, but not my like favorite of lavender scents. Okay. Here's another lavender one. This is from CQ Handcrafted Wax Melts. This is Lavender Fluff. This is lavender, marshmallows, and vanilla sugar waffle cones. This is poured, looks like March 27th of 2024. So this one I warmed downstairs. And so, yeah, you'd think, Martha, you like lavender scents in the bedroom, but I felt like something a little lighter downstairs. It had the waffle cone. It had the sweetness of the waffle cone and sugar vanilla. So for me, like, that's fine downstairs. And this one was very nice. I got more, this was heavier on the vanilla and waffle cone, and then the lavender was just kind of subtle in the background, but it was perfect for what I wanted that particular day, where I just wanted more of a softer background scent. I think in the bedroom, this would be perfect, like a perfect medium high. Down in open space, I'd say it was more like a low medium, but yeah, that was intentional of me warming it down there. I just have days where I'm like, yeah, I don't think I want it to smell nice, but I don't want to notice that I'm smelling something. I hope that makes sense. All right, last but not least, this was a pretty quick video, I think. Last but not least, this is from KAEs. This is apple butter frosting. This is baked apple, cinnamon, and vanilla buttercream. This is poured, or I received it October 23. She pretty much pours right away. So yeah, it was poured October. What I love about KAEs, and I haven't talked about KAEs in a long time, is it's open 24/7. Like, Carla is the owner. You want apple butter frosting? Just go ahead and order some apple butter frosting. You want haunted house season? Go ahead, whatever it is that you want, just go ahead and order. What I found in my journey through vendor wax is, for me, letting this cure for a while, and by a while I'm talking 9 months, a year, makes a difference in what type of warmer it works in. If I want to warm it right away, I would need like a tea light or a candle crock or a hot plate. Just a hotter vehicle warmer. That's what I'm trying to say. A hotter warmer of some kind, then it'll be fine. But if I just want to use my Scentsy warmers that don't get as hot as a hot plate of candle crock or tea lights, then I find that waiting longer or letting this cure longer, then that makes a big difference. That being said, this is 2 years old, worked fantastic. I just threw it in the crock, the candle crock anyway. It was just like, again, another lazy night where I just wanted to throw it in there, and this smelled so good. This was so good. I heard this is a really close stoop to Scentsy's apple butter frosting. And yeah, I really liked it. I have 3 more of these, I think. And yeah, this was perfect. It was perfect. And candle crocks, because, or anything that burns hotter or is hotter, not usually, what will happen is the oils will kind of evaporate or burn out quicker because it's just hotter. You know, the hotter the temperature, the faster the scent goes. But this one still, even in the candle crock, lasted. I had this for definitely a day and a little bit longer. It was good. It's so good. I'm glad I have more of these. But it also reminds me of like, yeah, I have a lot of Ks. So when I get down to hardly anything, I'll look forward to buying some more scents. Cause yeah, it's fun. It's kind of fun. You can fun, but bad, because many times I've shopped on her website, like 10 o'clock at night or whatever, whenever, or watch someone do a haul of Ks. And because she doesn't do pre-orders, the hauls, you don't see that many. I think every once in a while people will kind of, oh, I purchased from K's, or you can go looking for them. And then I would be like, oh, that sounds good. Ooh, that sounds good. She typically has a sale. Since I have not been paying attention because I don't want to buy more wax. I know she normally has a sale like on her anniversary. It might have just happened in August, I think. So then usually I'll kind of see K's pop up on YouTube when people buy during the sale. But like I said, you can get customs, you can get different sizes, you can get whatever scent anytime. She pours them right away and sends them out to you. So I love that about K's. So that's all I warmed. I was a little all today. I was just hanging out. It's just a Saturday. I wasn't going to record. Then I was going to record. I said, you know what? I got enough to share. So thank you so much for hanging out with me. And I have more videos coming up. I have my book video. I have a Scandalous Cosmetics. It arrived. I'm going to record right after this. My Scandalous Cosmetics haul arrived. And I did, if you watch my monthly update, I mentioned it. It's small. It was very purposeful, I should say, after I decluttered so much Bath & Body Works. What else do I have? Oh, and then before the end of this week, I will do my best to record Second and Spruce pre-order list. I know some people have mentioned they don't have Facebook, so I like to do that when I have time. And, a vendor that I feel familiar with. So Second and Spruce, I'll try to do that pre-order list as soon as she has that up. So that's what's coming up this week. If you're new here, I would love it if you'd subscribe and hit the notification button so you don't miss a video. All right. Talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.